Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we are going to get started on this mid-century reproduction hutch. It is made all of particle board, so nothing vintage, nothing fancy here. And this will be part one of two videos, as we are going to separate the top and bottom and do something very special with each of the two parts. So on today's video, we are going to be working on the top. The first thing that I did was separate the top, take out the glass, and then get started on the bottom. The bonus of this was that I discovered that it would be quite easy to take out the glass and I wouldn't have to break it, although one of the panels did break. The next thing I wanted to do is use my circular saw to chop off the bottom part of the hutch. So that's what we did. I used the circular saw, I chopped it off, and now we just had a nice rectangular box. The best part of this project was that even though this was the first time I used a circular saw, it actually turned out quite well and it was quite fast. So I was very impressed that finally something turned out exactly as I planned it. Next, of course, it was time to clean. I did use my favorite GSP alternative cleaner by Fusion. It's a great cleaner, rinse-free, biodegradable. It's my favorite go-to cleaner of all the product lines that we carry. And of course, what do? Scrub, scrub, scrub. In prepping the doors, the first thing that had to go was this outdated hardware. Following that, I removed the trim that was around the glass and removed the glass pane so that we can add a cane. At this point, I wanted to be quite careful in removing the trim because I was hopeful that I would be able to use it in the transformation of the bottom. So stay tuned to the next video to see if I actually did use it. At the time of editing this, I'm actually quite curious if I am going to end up using it because the plan for the bottom has changed so many different times. So let's see. After all of the different parts of this unit were prepped, it was time to give the whole piece a little scuff sand. I didn't have to sand down to the wood. Of course, it was particle board, but I didn't have to work too hard on this. Just give it a little scuff up, something for the paint to grip, and then I cleaned it off and we were ready to paint. For this project, we are going to use the 1 Hour Enamel by Wise Owl in the color Jet. This is absolutely my favorite black at the moment, and as you can see from this well-loved can, this is probably the 4th or 5th piece I have used this can on. So this paint, the 32 ounce, will last you a very long time. I am also going to roll the paint on with the Steel Meester rollers, which are absolutely the best in my opinion. Between the paint and the roller, you're going to get a super smooth, almost sprayed on like finish. I don't have the opportunity to spray the piece because I'm in the back of our store, but between the paint and this roller, we're going to get a super gorgeous finish. If you're interested in the paint and products that I'm using in this video, head over to the description. I'll list everything there as well as links for where you can find them. Most of the products are available on my website. I did a total of 2 coats on this piece, only waiting a few hours in between coats. The 1 hour enamel is great because the recoat time is quite fast and you don't have to wait too long. In fact, I was actually able to finish this piece in 2 days, which is a big record for me. And here you can see that, in fact, it was my first time using the circular saw, so there's a little bit of evidence there. But luckily for me, it's at the back and I will be able to hide it with the legs. I'm just pre-drilling a few pilot holes in order to be able to screw on the legs easily. I reattached the back, which I had taken off in order to also cut down in order to fit the new piece. And surprisingly to me, I was able to just staple it back on with this little stapler versus taking out a power tool, which was quite a win. My last step was to add the cane to the door frames. I think this is what makes this piece and really transforms it from a top of hutch to a very modern credenza or bar cabinet or TV unit that can be placed in any room, in any space. I think the cane is just the icing on the cake. If you have learned a little something in this video, please consider subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave us a comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback. And here's a quick reminder of what we started with. The top of the hutch, the glass, and are you ready? Here's the reveal. What do you think? If you're interested in seeing what we're up to every day in the shop, visit us on Instagram at Dove and Arrow.